It's a trial that's been 3 years in the making after the defendant, Jerry Westrom, was first indicted in the 1993 killing of Jeanie Childs. 58-year-old Westrom is facing a first-degree murder charge nearly 30 years after the stabbing death of Jeanie Childs in a South Minneapolis apartment in June of '93, an apartment which police say was used for prostitution.
Thank you for watching Why I Killed You TV. This is I Want Karma, Not Closure. Jeanie Childs' cold case still haunts Minneapolis. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
We have an officer that's assigned, Sergeant Chris Karakostas, is assigned to the FBI Cold Case Task Force.
How you doing? Well, you Jerry? Yes. Jerry, I'm Chris Karakostas, work from the Minneapolis Police Department. This is Chris. Oh, Chris, FBI. Probably wondering what all this is about, I assume, or do you have any idea? I have no idea.
And you talk about tenacity. This case underscores law enforcement's ability to use every tool at its disposal to crack a case.
Familiar with these buildings here? They're in South Minneapolis. They're called the Warren Towers. No? Okay. Let me show you a different picture. Okay, have you ever familiar with those? This is 31st, this is Pillsbury, and these are 3 tall buildings. And they're called the Horn Towers. People from out of Minneapolis may not know them as the Horn Towers, but does this look familiar to you at all? Have you ever been in those buildings that you can remember? No?
Jeanie Childs was a free spirit. She loved people and accepted them for who they were. She didn't judge anyone. Her family remembers her laughing, snapping her fingers to music, and dancing the moment she heard her favorite artist, Lionel Richie. She had natural curly hair, a bright smile, and a love for life. She especially enjoyed being around kids and older people. Her family believed she would have made an amazing aunt if she had the chance. But behind Jeanie's fun personality was a lot of pain. When she was a child, something happened involving her grandfather that changed her. Her father didn't want a daughter, he only wanted sons. He ignored her, and that hurt deeply. As a teen, Jeanie started running away. Her mother cried every night, afraid for her safety. Jeanie was hanging with the wrong crowd, using drugs, and ended up in dangerous situations. She started working as a sex worker. Her mom tried counseling, but Jeanie wouldn't go. Still, they stayed close. Jeanie called her mother late at night, sometimes crying. She also wrote letters to her younger sister, full of advice and love. In one letter, she begged her sister not to make the same mistakes she did. Even though her life was hard, Jeanie's family never stopped loving her. On June 13, 1993, everything changed. A neighbor noticed water leaking into their apartment at the Horn Towers in South Minneapolis. When maintenance went to check the unit above, they found the shower running in Jeanie's apartment and her body on the floor. She had been stabbed more than 60 times. Her body was found naked, except for white socks soaked in blood. The scene was brutal. There was blood on the bed, the pillow, the walls, the floor, even in the bathroom. Jeanie had been attacked while standing and also while lying down. She tried to fight back, but she didn't survive. One piece of evidence stood out, a bloody footprint. It wasn't from a shoe, it was a bare foot, and since Jeanie had socks on, it had to belong to the killer. Police collected evidence from the scene: bedding, towels, clothing. They found semen on the comforter and a blue towel. But the murder weapon was never found. Jeanie's boyfriend Art was questioned, but his DNA didn't match. His footprint didn't either, and he had a solid alibi. With no clear suspects, the case went cold. But Jeanie's mother refused to give up. Every year she called the police for updates. She believed someone would one day answer for what happened. She wanted justice, not just closure. Years passed. In 2015, the case was reopened by a special cold case team. They now had access to new technology, genealogy. Around the same time, police had just solved the Golden State Killer case using this method. It tracked suspects through DNA shared by distant relatives. Jeanie's DNA evidence was sent to a lab and uploaded to a genealogy site. In early 2019, a strong match came back. It pointed to 2 brothers. One had brown eyes and a history of soliciting prostitutes in Minnesota. His name was Jerry Westrom. Investigators followed him to a hockey game. When he wiped his mouth with a napkin and tossed it into a trash can, police grabbed it. DNA on that napkin matched the DNA found at Jeannie's crime scene. Jerry Westrom was arrested soon after. Now let's pause to ask a question that matters in this story. Why did Jerry Westrom kill Jeanie Childs? Westrom never confessed, but prosecutors believe they knew why. They said this was a premeditated murder, not an accident. Westrom had likely paid Jeanie for sex, and something happened that made him snap. Some believe he was ashamed. Others think he was afraid of being exposed. On the outside, he was a husband, father, and businessman, but he had a secret life, and Jeanie may have reminded him of that. The violence in the attack was extreme. He didn't just kill her, he stabbed her over 60 times and chased her from room to room. It looked personal. It looked angry. Prosecutors said he wanted her to suffer. The blood spatter pattern showed how much she tried to survive. They believed Westrom let his shame turn into rage. Then he tried to cover his tracks. He left the shower running, possibly hoping the water would wash away evidence. He left behind no weapon, but he did leave his DNA and a footprint. That mistake would come back to haunt him. During questioning, Westrom denied knowing Jeanie. He said he had never been in her apartment. He claimed he didn't remember visiting any sex workers. But his DNA was found in the bedding, on towels, a washcloth, and even a shirt. And that bare footprint in Jeannie's blood, it matched his foot exactly. In court, the defense pointed fingers at Jeannie's former pimp, but his DNA didn't match, and his footprint was different. The jury didn't believe the defense. After a quick 2-hour deliberation, the jury found Jerry Westrom guilty of first-degree and second-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison. Jeannie's family had waited nearly 3 decades for that moment. Her mother said she lost a piece of her heart when Jeanie died. She said Jerry Westrom could have just walked out of the apartment, but he didn't. He chose violence. And now he must live with that decision. Some people blame Jeanie because of her lifestyle, but her family says she didn't deserve what happened. She was still a person, her sister said. She didn't deserve to die like that. This has been I Want Karma Not Closure. Jeanie Childs' cold case still haunts Minneapolis. Thank you for watching Why I Killed You TV. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Justice took 30-year karma finally caught up.
Then I had lost Cindy's father too at that time. My husband was 21 years old when he got murdered. And it was a very, very difficult road. Without the Lord, I would have never made it.
They hate you. You're gonna die. I don't want to do this.